Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I am Evil Mike, and this is going to be my new comic book day pickup from October 12th, 2022, and a small little haul. Let's get right into it. I left them all in the backs and boards because I have so many books to show you, so I'm kind of going to go quick. But a couple of these are the ones that I missed last week just because they were pricey. The Superman #1 facsimile, it was going for $6.99. We got Dark Crisis, The Deadly Green, issue #1. This was $5.99. Not too pricey. But when you got a big week, you know, and then that's in there, yeah, it can be a little pricey. And the last book from last week that was in my box, it wasn't really pricey. It was just, I already had so much. But this was Junkyard Joe #1. This is coming from the Geiger universe. I've been waiting for this for a while. A bunch of us have. I went with the black and white variant. It's supposed to be the black and white Veterans Edition. And it actually has like the Veterans ad symbol right here. Thought that was pretty dope. Okay, so these are all the books I picked up. I don't have many orders, so let's get to it. A pricey book at $6.99, Batman vs. Robin, issue #2. I went with the Greg Capullo cover. I love Greg Capullo. He's one of my favorite artists. Next up, we got Wonder Woman 792. I went with cover A. I wasn't a big fan of the B cover. At the moment, I don't even remember what it was. It was just, wasn't my style. Next up is a big book for me. I love this. It was a collection of short films, but it was all anime style. It was the first ever Star Wars anime, but this is Star Wars Visions, issue #1. I went with cover B. I love all the purple with a little bit of red in there, mostly black and white. I love that. Last issue in the series from DC Comics, this is Jurassic League, and this is issue #6 of 6. I went with the variant cover. I thought this was a little more doper than the other one with Darkseid and then all our champions at the bottom. Dark Crisis, Worlds Without a Justice League. This is Green Arrow and Black Canary. I went with the design variant. I hadn't seen anybody show this, and that's why I picked it up. I didn't even know it was a thing until I got to the shop, and I usually look at all the covers that they're going to drop. So it was kind of a surprise. Next up, a big book for me. I love the first issue, and I'm hoping this one stays true. Dark Horse Comics. This is Masquerade, issue #2, Silent Stash Press, sorry. That's Kevin Smith's current book that he's got going on. A book I purchased for my brother. This is Overwatch New Blood. We actually got the cover we wanted out of the A and B. This is the B cover. I'm actually not reading this. My brother's just a big Overwatch fan, so I've been picking them up for him. Next up, we got a big book for me. Batgirls, issue #11. I've loved this story. Jorge Corona cover. I love his art too. And this was cover A. I thought this was a lot better than the B cover. The B cover was alright. Another big book for me. I love all the Bat Family stuff, but this is Batman Incorporated, issue #1. And we've had Batman Incorporated before. This is the first time with a new edition, Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter and whoever this guy is, because I don't know him. It's kind of like a dog or something. I don't know. They did have multiple variants of that one. I just thought that was kind of cool. This turned up in my box. I did not know this was coming out, but I wasn't going to pass it up. I'm a huge Rock fan as it is, and I love that he's going to be in Black Adam. And I'm super hyped for the movie, but this is Black Adam, the one-shot special edition. I have to assume it just specifically ties in with the movie. I'm not sure. But, I mean, The Rock on the cover as Black Adam, yeah, I'm going to go for that. Another big book from this week, and I love this writer. This is H.S. Talk, but this is Image Comics Hitomi #1. I went with the Peach Momoko cover. I had to get the Peach. Actually, the 3 covers that they had were all beautiful, but I'm a big fan of Peach and Samurai. And come on. Next up, a book I'm a little behind on. I think I need to read the 3rd issue, but this is Starhenge from Liam Sharp. Book 1, The Dragon and the Boar. So far, it's been really good. It's a lot like other Liam Sharp. It's very kind of missing information. I don't know, but it has been good. The art is spectacular. The story's a little on the the weird side. This is a book that did come out last week. It was on my list, and it was kind of debating whether or not to pick it up. And the only reason it was on my list because this is Shannon Mayer's first, like, I think, written comic. You know, she's a artist, and she did the cover right here. She's a brilliant artist, but so I decided to go ahead and give it a try. I love when artists kind of, you know, when anybody breaks that mold and tries something new. Next up, a dope cover, but Ghost Rider issue number 7. Currently, I'm not reading this just because I missed like issue number 1 and 3. I have everything else, and I don't like to skip around, so I'm not reading it with the hopes of finding the other issues so I can. I'm a huge Ghost Rider fan. It was one of the Marvel series that was missing from 2021 and 2022. Another Marvel. This has been a phenomenal series. It's one of the ones I'm not reviewing. I should have, but we are in the 4th issue now. But this is Daredevil. I've heard mixed things about this book. For me, the art is fantastic. The story is superb. I'm really excited to see where this is going. Supposedly, Elektra and Matt are finally going to get married. This book right here actually took me a little time to decide which cover. They had the Lady Thor cover, and I love that cover, but I went with I think this is cover A, the All Out Avengers number 2. The first issue kind of blew me away. It wasn't a book that I reviewed, but I did like it a lot. But the reason I went with this cover is because I think it's the first time I've ever seen Doom with, you know, Cap's hammer and Cap's shield and Thor's hammer. Sorry. I'm not positive on that, but that's kind of why I went with that cover. You know, if Doom wasn't evil, you know, kind of thing. Would he be worthy? This right here specifically, I was honestly going to pass this up, and then, you know, a writer, artist, you know, that he kind of reached out and he was like, hey, I got this story coming out. You don't want to miss it. It is a decent horror. But this is a pricey book, I have to warn you. This is a $10 book. I went with the cover B. Honestly, I liked both covers, but I really wanted this one. I'm a huge Harley fan, and I'm a huge Deadman fan. They're some of my favorite characters, but I love the whole VHS homage, you know, that they've been doing with the DC horror stuff. But Tim Seeley, he's got a story in here. It's actually the last story. It's a Deadman story, so I had to pick it up just for that alone. Okay, so that was all my new pickups, and there was some stuff that was missing. Year Zero, Volume 0. I don't know if that got pushed back or my shop didn't get it. Approach number 1, my shop did get it, and I already knew what it was about, and I kind of like flipped through it, and I just decided to pass. We're talking about my haul was already huge as it was. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's everything. I was gonna pick up Star Wars: The High Republic number 1. I might go back. They had a lot of variants, but that was about it. Okay, so I went to the mall last night. Since I didn't get to film this Wednesday or last night, I didn't really have a chance to. That's why I'm doing it today. But I had a chance to go hunt, and last night I went through some dollar bins and kind of like some $2 bins. But I got some great stuff for me. It might not be so cool to you, but for me it's cool. So I got Batman number 433. This is the Many Deaths of Batman, issue number 1 in this storyline. I also got part 2. I love this cover. It's been featured a lot lately on the internet. For me, it's just a story that I've never read, and, you know, one of Batman's major arcs kind of thing. Next up, I have read this, but I was a kid when I read it. I don't remember a lot of it. So I'm going to repurchase it and read it again, possibly review it at the same time. But this is Batman 492. This is the first issue of the Nightfall series, when Batman gets his back broken and Jean Paul takes over as Batman. I got that one, and I got Detective Comics 659, which is the second issue in the Nightfall series. So I went ahead and picked up them. Next up, this was a book that I had seen for maybe a couple weeks, and I love this cover. There's some of my like 3 favorite characters in this franchise, and I went yesterday with my brother. I had passed it the last couple times, and it's been sitting there. And my brother saw it, and he's like, "You're not gonna grab that?" So I went ahead and grabbed it just because he made that nod to it. But this is Transformers Universe. This is issue number 3, and really it's just a cover by. I'm a huge Dinobot fan. But what this book is, it's actually really neat. After I bought it and actually looked inside, it's actually a detailed dossier of all the Transformers in alphabetical order. It's supposed to be a 4-issue thing, and I think this issue is like the R through the T's or something like that. It actually gives you like detailed information about the Transformers, their first appearance in comics, if they did not have a first appearance in comics, where you can find them, like a movie or a TV show. I thought that was really dope, and I kind of flipped through it, and they had like a lot of Transformers I hadn't seen in a while. Now this, I am not a fan of this character at all. I don't mind her. I've never gotten into her, which is kind of weird because she's a part of a huge family I've always been in. But these covers I couldn't pass up, and you'll see why. But this is Spider-Woman issue number 1. This will be I think one of the first times I bought a Spider-Woman comic, but the only reason why is because it was a newsstand and she's in the black symbiote costume. I'm not sure if she actually had the Venom costume, but I did manage to get Spider-Woman issue number 4, and this is supposed to be the end of the series of her fighting this guy, Deathweb, I think. But both of them really clean, copies, both newsstands and, Spider-Woman in the black symbiote costume. I was like, oh yeah. And last but not least, this is a series that I've tried to collect my whole life. I've had the number 1 issue I think 3 times. It's gotten stolen. I'm almost at the point where I'm kind of like, I'm never going to buy it again because I've bought it so many times and now it's just getting pricey. But I saw this and the price on it was going for $2, and I was like, nope, I'm going to get it. So this is Wolverine issue number 3. This is from his first solo series. He did have a mini series right before this, but this is his first main series. I have had issue 1 and 2 in the series, and it's funny, ironically, I've never had issue 3, 4, 5 going on from there. So I think this is where I'm going to start. It's not a newsstand, but I didn't care for $2. It is a really clean cover. Wolverine is in high demand right now. And I was like, screw it, I'll get it. But that is everything I got. It was a lot of stuff. A lot of the stuff I am going to read and review. I haven't gotten a chance to read and review any of this. The dollar bin stuff, the extra stuff, probably not so much. But my new comic books, yes, I want to get the word out. That's predominantly why I review. I try and get the word out on books that I feel, it's my opinion, but the books that I feel they need the word out. Sometimes it could be really bad books, sometimes it could be really good books, I don't know. But that's kind of why I do the reviews. Plus that, there's people in the world that don't even get to buy these comics, so hopefully this is a way that they get a chance to, partake in the magic that is storytelling from comics. But hey, that's all I got for you. I don't want to keep it any longer. Please like, comment, subscribe. All those comments, all those likes, they all help this channel big time. That's all I got for you. I will have some reviews coming. I might have a couple other things. I do have facts on my giveaway coming soon, but I just need to get the giveaway prize, and then we'll talk about that. And that's all I got. I do have a cover challenge video coming pretty soon. That's all I can think about. Alright guys, I'll let you go. Bah!